first keynote of the session. It's entitled Open Collaboration with the Global Innovation Community to Drive Growth. Now, this keynote is going to look at the latest tech breakthroughs and look what happens if they don't stay in the lab, but transform into powerful growth engines that boost our economies. Now, what are the essential elements for creating a successful collaboration? Well, to answer this question, and I'm sure many more, can we please put our hands together for Dr. Qing Lu. He is the Director of the National Innovation Center Par Excellence, and he's joining us from China. Please welcome to the stage Dr. Lu, a busy man, also president of both the Yangtze Industrial Technology Research Institute and Shanghai Yangtze Delta Innovation Institution.
Thank you. Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's really my great honor to be here to share some of our ideas and our experience. How could we, drive in the force, drive in the growth, and also address the future challenges through the open and collaborative innovation with the global community. So where I come from? Actually, we come from we call the Yangtze River Delta region, which covers the 3 provinces plus Shanghai. And this region actually is the most globally connected, economically developed, and innovative region in China. Actually, this morning, one of my colleagues asked me, could we write one of the most in China? I said, better not change. It's really the most, global, one of the, it's not just one of them, it's really the most. So if you consider population, it's about 236 million that we contribute. So it's about 16.8 of the national in total. But we contribute nearly 1/4 of the national economy. And we also spend about 30% of the R&D in total for the whole country. And we, attracted more than 40% of the direct foreign invested. So that's how this region, And who we are, actually, we said from now we have a true brand with a NICE. It's a National Innovation Center for Excellence. We also have a G3, we call the Jiangsu Industry Technology Research Institute. That's because we started from the Jiangsu. So it's from about more than 10 years ago, I think Nanjing, we call the Jiangsu Industry Technology Research Institute. And I joined this actually, 2014. So almost last 10 years, I was taking this position. But then, because we get some kind of a success, so we are invited to expand our business, not just within the Jiangsu province, across the whole Yangtze River Delta region, as just I mentioned, it's 3 provinces plus Shanghai. So we NICE officially launched in the June of 2021 in Shanghai. So now our headquarters in the Shanghai, in the Pudong region. So what our function? So it's very, match with this summit. So we say we would like to be a 2-way bridge. The one bridge, we would like to link the academia with the industry. Of course, it's 2 ways. So we'll help the university professor transfer technology into commercial side. We also, from other way around, we would like to collect the needs from industries to try to find the help from our university's side. But we are coming here, really like to be bridge, linking the global innovation community to the Yangtze River Delta region. So that's really what I would like to do. So this is our innovation ecosystem. Firstly, we have about 100, more than 100, we call it R&D platforms, like research institutes. They are working on the applied research, R&D, and also do the technology transfer or do the technology service for the industries. And we have more than 500, we call the industry partners. It's a top. We selected the one from each industry sector to be our industry partners. And then we ask them to provide the list of what the projects they need to help from outside. If they can do themselves, let's just do themselves. We also have about more than 180 international, we call it strategic partners around the world. About more than 80 from overseas, about 100 domestic partners. We call it innovation resources. In totally, we have about, among our 100 institutes, so about 16,000 researchers in different areas. So that's how we have. And from the manufacturer, advanced materials, biomedical, and ICT, and renewable energy, and the environment, all these sectors, we have totally we have 16,000 researchers. So I just show you one example. So what we are doing actually. So usually we support the commercialization of the cutting edge technology to drive the growth. So one example is a Suzhou efficient profile intelligent manufacturer. So this guy, Dr. Pei Jian, he's also in this summit. He's the founder and CEO. He got his degree, PhD degree in this area. And then he worked in the state-owned company for a couple of years. And then he thought the technology he developed it could be much useful. So he quit the job from the factory, from a state-owned company, and came to the NICE. And with the support, so about $5 million as a starting with one of the local government in Suzhou. And so established a company in 2020. And then the company really focused on rolling forming technology by using the high-strength steel. The Bao Steel in China is the #1 in the world for steel producer. But for the Bao Steel, they have one product, actually it's called Wuchu high-strength steel. So this company, only 4 years old, already the #1 customer for the Bao Steel for that specific products. So they transfer the high-strength steel sheets into the profiles, which can be used for many, many applications. For example, now the industrial vehicle industries in China is growing quite well. The BYD is the leading company. So this company occupied more than 60% of the market from BYD. So this is how, so the revenue existing to $36 million last year and expect to be $55 million this year. So that's one example. We also not only searching for technology within China, we really want to be global connected. So that's how we talk with our friend in Arizona State University in the United States, and Professor Bruce Redman, and he's a top expert in the water treatment area, and he developed some kind of the breakthrough water treatment technology, but you need to find the really application that came to us, and with our support, and successfully launch of a treatment technology in China with the development of a sustainable water treatment system. That's what I always, when I give a speech in the United States, I always talk with the professors. If you have some invention of technology, I think China is a great market. So that's how it's a great example. I'd like to thank the Professor Redman for his help and support. The sixth technology, the owner and founder, the Hans Duist, he's also here in this summit. Actually, it's a well-established high-tech companies. The headquarters in Eindhoven in Netherlands. This company have about 1,200 people. Actually, not just the normal people. It's expert in the many ways. So, and I met Hans about 7 or 8 years ago. I found, this company is great because this company provides technology service to the big OEMs like ASML, like Philips, Siemens, and so on. So I think in China, we are now, of course, a manufacturer base. And the many Chinese manufacturers, I think, need to upgrade with support and help from the six technologies. So that's how we have this Suzhou, China R&D Center for, to establish with support from NICE and the local government as well. And he's running, fantastic business so far. Of course, at the same time, the Chinese manufacturers get the also upgrade for their manufacturing process. Okay, we also from other side, we collect the needs from industries. For example, this CISDI Shanghai engineering company are searching for the technology which for the, cutting the scrap steel cutting. Because if you use recycled steel more, it get green. Because we know the carbon oxide emission really come from the mining to the, to the iron. So traditionally, this kind of cutting is labor intensive. And in China, almost impossible to find the young people who's younger than 40 years like this job, no matter how much you like to pay. Because we have a one-child policy. So all the child, just one guy, one in the family. So don't like to take this job at all. However, recycled steel, before you put in the furnace, you have to cut in the piece due to the logistic of the, the processing. And when you get a recycled steel, of course, a different shape, different, forms. So the robotics is much more difficult compared to the robots which be used for the production line of the electric vehicle like Tesla. You have to do the sensor. You have to, to visual what is the form and the shapes looks like, and you design the parts for cutting. So when this company come this kind of difficult or project to us, we scan, around our ecosystem. Oh, luckily we found there's a team in the UTS in Australia. They are very good at this. So we make them a match. So the three partners, like CSI, SDI, Shanghai, and the NICE and the UTS together, and we had a very successful, we launched our first version of this robots for the steel factory. We also get help from UAE, so that's amazing. One of the company in Nanjing, they need to find the cooperation partner for sustainable architecture design and manufacture based on 3D printing technology. We do the scan again. What do we find? The team from Halifax University, it's the team with the doctors to help us to have this. So now we just signed the research contract in August this year. So it's about 2 months ago. So I'm happy to announce this. So on this project actually also have been reported to our Prime Minister when Li Qiang visited UAE. So it's a really great example, how the NICE to help our industry to find the partner to help them to solve the problem. And we also have a collaboration with some of the huge big companies. We call it the NICE Global Innovation Partners. That's really somehow to thank the pandemic, because during the COVID, our overseas department could not travel abroad. Also, we could not receive our visitors from our partners from abroad. So what do we have to do? So I asked our overseas colleagues to work with people already in China, work with all these big companies already they have a headquarters or R&D center in China. So that's how we launch this, we call it Global Innovation Partners. So far, it's more than 20 global companies, like the logos show there, from everywhere. And this is a good example. And for example, the Panasonic seeks to collaborate with the local Chinese teams on the noise reduction technology. And finally, we matched the Panasonic with one of our institutes. We call it Advanced Automobile Technology Research Institute. I think one of the guys from this institute also are in this summit. And based on what we're going to do, so we established our joint innovation lab focused on the noise reduction technology. So that's how we are also have a collaboration with some of the big companies like Panasonic. So I have a video to show some more examples. It's more efficient, please. So this example I just talked about, Suzhou efficient profile, intelligent manufacturing. It's one of our 100 research institutes. Yeah, the founder of this company also in this summit. She's looking for partners here. Thank you. So we're not just only do the match between the universities and industries. We also are really, collaborate, with the international community. For example, so this we call it the WITRO. It's a World Association of Industry and Technology Research Organization, established in the 1970. So now they have more than 170 members from from 74 countries. And G3 or NICE are actually joined these activities since 2017. And then we become to be co-host of the Secretariat of the WITRO together with the Fraunhofer in Germany. But started from 2 years ago, we began to the Secretary of the WITRO ourselves. And the president of this organization is Professor Hassan Madel, is a rector of the Istanbul Technology University, and I'm also honored to have him here today. And so that's the president. And then the Secretary General and Paul is our vice president of G3. So that's how we are to be involved with the international technology community by serving to operate this organization as well. We also have a cooperation innovation as with the Harvard for the social innovation. So this partner with the Harvard University on the social technology for global aging initiative. I'm into developing the innovative technologies to improve the area. Several years ago, when I met Professor Arthur Klein, and then he told me he worried a lot about China because we get aging. And China get aging before get rich. In Japan, it get aging, but it get already rich enough to take care of but for China, it's a big challenge. So that's how he like to help us. So far, this project have more than 7 institutions within the Harvard, more than 12 scientists, experts involved with this. I just visited them in the May and just had the Arthur Klein and his team came to China, Shanghai, in the June. So we had a really fruitful discussion. I think the project is running very well. So I'd like to thank them. So it's my final slides. I'm pretty sure the open and collaborative innovation. That's the only path to create a better world future for all of us. Thank you for your attention.